So you're moving to Fort Walton Beach. Well, there are 5 particularly important steps you need to make before you move here. Let's talk about it. What is going on? It is Andrew with the Emerald Group right here in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Listen, if you're trying to find out everything there is to know about Fort Walton Beach and the surrounding areas, then you come to the right channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you tap that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video. So we came up with the top 5 things that you need to know before moving down here to Fort Walton Beach. Make sure you stick around for the end because we do have a bonus tip that you're going to want to know about. Step number 1 is a very easy one. That is to call, text, or email us to set up a buyer's consultation. So all of our info is on the screen. So if you are moving down here, go ahead and get that process started. A buyer's consultation only takes about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how many questions you have and how unique your property needs are. There are also several other goals with the buyer's consult. One of those is to kind of educate you on the process. Even if you've bought and sold homes before, if you haven't done it here in our area in the last 6 months, there may be something that you're missing. And I don't like surprises, so let's go ahead and get all those knocked out of the way now. And second, to make sure that we are a great fit for each other. And 3, making sure that we know exactly the type of property that you're looking for. So right now it's a crazy seller's market. You're probably hearing it all over the country, but it's the same way here. It's hard to find things. So we really need to make sure that we know exactly what you're looking for so that we can find it for you. And in the event that it doesn't exist or doesn't currently exist because nobody has it, it's a very unique property, then we can at least do our work and go ahead and send out some mailers to try to get that property for you. None of this is possible, of course, without sitting down with you via Zoom or in person to make sure that we can really narrow down what you're looking for, particularly if you're looking for something unique. So the entire buyer consultation takes anywhere from about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how many questions you have. And that about wraps up the buyer consultation in general. So even if you're not 100% sure that you're moving down here, it's probably a pretty good idea to kind of do some of that information gathering, reach out to us, and then we can kind of let you know if it's too early, if maybe we need to wait, but at least we can kind of get that ball rolling. So step number 2 is setting up the right personalized home search just for you. What we're looking for here is to have the exact types of properties you're looking for hit directly into your inbox every single day or every single time it comes onto the market so that you're not missing out. You can search sites like Zillow, Realtor, even our personal website that's going to have everything active on the market. I know Zillow and Realtor.com and some of those sites don't syndicate right away, so sometimes you're behind the curve. Oftentimes it can take up to 72 hours for a property to go from the multiple listing service that we see to Zillow.com or any of these other search engine giants. It's a little bit quicker on our website, but it's still a little bit behind the curve. So having a direct search going right to what you're looking for is going to be the best. And on top of what's already in the multiple listing service, we always have insight on what might be coming up from other real estate agents, whether in our office or not, as well as an entire coming soon section that shows up nowhere on the internet. So you want to make sure, especially in this crazy market we're in, you want to make sure that you're getting absolutely every tool that you can get to make sure that you can purchase the right home for you. And a lot of sellers aren't putting their home on the active market. They just want to send it to a team like us, make sure that we sell it for max dollar for them, help them out, but they don't want 100 people coming through their home during an open house on the weekends, or they don't want to get kicked out for 3 days. Well, there's just a barrage of showings happening. So you're not getting the full picture if you're just staying on Zillow, Realtor.com, or any of those websites. So make sure that you're reaching out to us so that we can set up those searches for you to give you a leg up on the competition. And keep in mind, if you're not quite there yet, it's still a good idea to get one of these automated searches set up. All we've got to do is put in all the information from the buyer consult in there, and it'll send it to you automatically on a cadence that you prefer. You only want it once a week because you're a year out? Awesome, cool. At least then you can kind of look at the prices, where's everything trending, how quick are things popping on and off the market, so that whenever you are ready, you're ready to go, and there's nothing stopping you. You know exactly what the market's looking like. You know what homes are selling for. You know how quick it is, or maybe by the time you purchase, how slow it is. But at least you're watching the market actively, so we can definitely set that up for you. Step number 3 is probably the most fun one out of all of it. At least I think it's kind of fun. It is stressful to some people, but figure out where you want to live. So this could look like a lot of different things here in Fort Walton. Maybe you want to be near downtown, so you've got stuff to do that you don't have to drive far from. Well, downtown Fort Walton over in Elliott's Point might be the best section for you. Well, maybe you're being stationed at Eglin Air Force Base and you don't really want to fight the Fort Walton Beach traffic that we have. It's not crazy traffic, but we do have a little little bit of it. You just don't want to mess with it. Well, maybe living in Shalimar is the right place for you because it's just a couple of miles up the road from Eglin. Whereas if you're maybe getting stationed over at Hurlburt Field, maybe Mary Esther's the best spot for you. Or you want to be right in the smack dab of everything so that you've just got options all over the place. Well, maybe the Ocean City and Wright area are the right places for you. Figuring out which part of town you want to live in is actually a pretty fun process, or at least I think it is. You've got YouTube videos you can watch to kind of figure out, okay, well, where do I want to be? What matches my personality? We're not the only YouTube channel in town. I'm sure that you guys are seeing the other ones out there. Then you've got Facebook groups that you can join, and you can ask other people who already live here why they chose where they chose. And of course, we'll be helping you along the way with all of this. And if for any reason we still can't figure it out because you're living somewhere else and it's hard to tell with just the videos and the information that we're seeing online, then that's perfectly fine. As soon as you get into town, we hop in a car, we'll drive you up and down town and kind of show you what everything's about and what lifestyle would look like in different areas of the city. For the most part, though, whenever you stick to one city, most of the lifestyle is going to be the same. Within the city, it's generally when you go to another city that it'll be a little bit different, but there are parts of Fort Walton Beach that are different than other parts of Fort Walton Beach. So definitely something to think about. And step number 4, if you are moving down here and are purchasing, you need to get with a good local lender. I can't emphasize this enough. We get a lot of people that have their favorite banker out wherever, and that's fine most of the time. In fact, we're having a couple of great experiences from some of the YouTube viewers now that brought their own lender, but for the most part, it's generally safer to go with somebody local that knows all the local laws, particularly if you're going into the vacation home, second home, or condo purchasing. Those are the 3 big ones. A lot of outside lenders will say that they can do it until they run into some of the hiccups that we have. Condo hotels, non-warranted condos, things like that. These need a local expert that does this day in and day out to make sure that there's no hiccups. Our local lenders out here also provide better rates. Generally, of course, everybody, runs their own business the way they want to run it. But generally, we have better rates out here than you can find online. I know some of these big banks advertise this great, amazing online rate, but read the fine print. You'll end up finding out that you're paying a tremendous amount of money, or that it's just a teaser rate and it only happens if you have 3 grizzly bears at home and a credit rating of 1,015 and just unreachable things. And then you're still paying for it on the back end most of the time anyway. Listen, I'm not knocking these big businesses. They've got a lot more hands in the pot, and that's why they need to charge more. So out here, finding somebody local that's not going to charge all those outrageous fees, particularly if you were a VA borrower in our area. A lot of our lenders out here don't charge anything, and the ones that do charge very little compared to the big banks. Listen, that really sounds like I'm trashing some of these big lenders. I'm really not trying to do that. Sure, there's a lot of great loan officers out there, but you just have a really big advantage when you go local. We've got great lenders out here. We can send you those lists so that you can call around and kind of make your decision then. At the end of the day, it is 100% up to you who you decide to work with. You're the one getting the loan after all, if of course you're getting a loan. If you're paying cash, we don't even need to worry about this step. Step number 5 is probably the easiest one on our list, and that is for you to sit back, relax, and let us do what we do. So if you are using us, you're using the Emerald Group for any of your real estate needs, we take care of as much as possible. It's a little bit different than working with a solo agent. You are getting full service, so we're handling everything if you want us to. So from ordering home inspections, getting the right people in the door for that, the repairs, everything you can think of, insurance quotes. We even set up your utilities for you. So if you want that kind of full service, just let us do our thing. But if you want to control any part of that process, you definitely have that option too. We're just trying to make it as low amount of stress as possible, because buying a home is already one of the top, 5 stressful things that somebody does in their lifetime. So we want to take as much of that stress off of you. Let us take it. That's what we do for a living. You just need to sit back, relax. You'll have to do a little bit of work getting the loan. We can't do that for you. Anything that's going to need any of your personal information, we can't do that for you. But other than that, we'll take care of as much as possible. And your bonus tip is very similar to step number 5, and we're going to try to take as much stress off your plate as we can. And that is, if you have a home to sell in the location that you're at before you move here to the Fort Walton Beach area and you want help, maybe you don't know which agent you're going to choose, or you want to ensure that you're getting a rock star that's going to get the most price for your money, get the most bang for your buck, the least amount of hassle, all that good stuff, just let us know. We can help hand select an agent out there for you. It's a service we provide. We do not mind at all, I promise you, and we'd love to be able to help in that aspect. Basically, what we do to help is we go out there and we interview multiple agents trying to find the right fit for you, both your personality and your needs. So whether you need a rock star agent that just sells everything in the county, or you need somebody with a little bit more individualized attention, you just let us know and we'll find that perfect agent for you. And just to bring the whole thing full circle, right back from the beginning, all of our contact information is up here on the screen. Just get a hold of us however is most comfortable for you so that we can get the process started. And those are the 5 things you need to know before moving right here to Fort Walton Beach. I really do appreciate you watching, and if you found this helpful at all, hit that little like button, turn it blue for me. It would mean the world. And if you guys have any video ideas, please put them below. We've been getting a lot of great ideas the last couple of weeks from several different people that we now have on our list to shoot specifically because you are asking for them. So if you've got something like that, let us know. Until then, see ya.